with the lovely Jack Docherty.
Hello, how are you?
The Gilded.
Yes, you are. Hello.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well, actually, yes. It's good fun. I'm on and, yeah. Ooh, an hour and 10.
An hour and 10?
Yeah, and then I'm on stage.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I went to see the show last night.
Yes. Are you about to say you liked it, or are you about to say you didn't?
I really liked it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, thoroughly liked it.
That's handy.
And all your fans, I think I was sitting with every one of them.
Aye, okay, yes. There's a few Scot Squad fans who've come out to play.
Yes.
And some absolutely fans as well.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
I was getting nudged quite a bit from one of the guys that was right next to me.
Yeah.
He was kind of telling me, it's in Scot Squad,
Oh, right.
and I'm going,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, right.
Yeah. There's a
So
few
he was
great
getting very
hits
excited.
from Scot Squad. Yeah, there's a few older jokes, but lots of new jokes too.
Your grandfather was...
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was a policeman, but he died when I was 9 months old.
Oh.
So I never knew him.
Right.
But I've got photos of him, and I look the spit.
Spit in the image, yeah.
Absolute spit of him in that uniform.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite freaky for my mum too.
Yeah.
Because then I also look exactly like my dad.
Like
now,
your dad as well.
Yeah, and just act like him. Basically, the character's kind of based on my dad.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Can
Yeah,
you talk about it? Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, it's just, I don't know, and particularly, I think even when I was younger, lots of the characters I did were just kind of, based on my dad's, and, in an affectionate way,
Yeah.
Because he was quite funny himself, my dad, but he had a certain, he was one of these old school Edinburgh boys, there was a certain way of doing things, It's, there's a right way of doing things, a wrong way of doing things, so that was always funny to play with that kind of idea, and that's what Mieckelson is really, it's just a guy who says his way is correct.
Yeah.
It's just no chance.
And he needed your mum quite a lot.
Yes, he did, and that is where Jean came from, because he would sit there and go, John, bring me a biscuit, and all that kind of stuff. So I just was improvising one day as Mieckelson, and I forgot my lines, I think.
Yeah.
And so I just shouted over to Jean, and Jean came out, and then Jean's become this huge off-screen presence in the show. I don't think we'll ever meet her.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So how amazing, and it was a full house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been selling well actually, which
Are
is
you
quite
rolling
good
it?
to do. No, no, because
You
I
got
haven't.
money.
No, 'cause I haven't done anything for 20. I haven't done live for 25 years.
That's right.
You don't do. I don't think you do the Fringe for the money.
No.
You do it for the love.
The creativity.
Well, yeah, you get a bit of money at the end, but yeah, no, it's just to be part of the whole festival again. And I've just been seeing lots of shows and doing all that kind of stuff, and checking out young people are doing some fantastic shows. I saw it with they called Big Shop, which I thought was really funny, so I would recommend that if anyone wants to.
Big Shop.
Yeah,
right,
it's two. They're quite young, 22. I think they were in the Footlights actually. They might have been in the Footlights last year. But anyway, they were great. Really
Right,
great.
so I need to remember that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
2 shows left, of course.
I know, we're almost out of
coming
time.
to the end.
we are. Yeah.
Crazy.
The whole town's getting a bit like wilting now. It's all a bit that kind of shit.
Your TV presenting days, are they still?
Yes,
doing?
no, not really doing any of that. Occasionally, I dropped in and did the one show a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But once in a while if they ask me.
Yeah.
But it's not something I suspect.
Yeah.
It's just,
Okay, I was going to ask you how I'm doing.
yeah, you're perfect. Yeah, give her a job. She's good.
Give me a job. Go
She's
then.
there. Yeah.
I noticed that you love your interview with David Bowie.
Ah, yes. That was good fun to meet one of my heroes, actually.
Brilliant.
And he was such a nice guy. He just, no airs and graces back then. And we just hung out in the dressing room afterwards for like 3 hours and just chatted. Smoked a pack of cigarettes, probably not advisable. But he was fantastic. It was great.
How like you are you to the character that you play?
To Mieckelson, well, I don't think I'm that like him.
Right.
Well, I hope I'm not.
Yeah.
But I think it was John Cleese who once said that the comic character you play best is the character that you would be if you didn't have a sense of humour. So potentially I am sometimes worried about how easily I find it to improvise in his character. So there must be something in me that's a bit like that. But then I do it with McGlashan as well, who's also the polar opposite. I also find that easy. So I guess it's just two aspects of my own character, I guess.
And sorry, you live in London as well?
I do. I've lived in London all my adult life, really. I moved out when I was 20.
Right.
But I've tried to keep my accent.
How do they like? Would they appreciate your show?
I don't know, it's quite Scottish.
Yeah.
It's quite Scottish.
Yeah.
But then we recorded absolutely in London, and so the audiences from London came and they loved McGlashan, they loved Stony Bridge and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's completely extreme characters. It's about ridiculous characters. I mean, the cop could be the Chief of Yorkshire Police. He could be anything. He's just an authority figure. But I mean, a lot of things people come to the show and they go, "What's a ban?"
Yeah,
and what does Raj mean?
I really
what
love
is all
that?
that? So the language is very Scottish, but you can work it out very quickly.
If they've got subtitles.
Yeah, exactly. You can subtitle it.
What about the chair?
The chair?
The sketch, the chair.
Oh yes,
The chair.
yeah. No, he did. That actually happened to me. That guy in a pub. Yeah, a pub said what you're sitting on there. Scotsman invented the chair, and that gave me the whole idea for the Flash actually, because it was just perfect.
Yeah.
Just this drunken nutter in the George pub in Wardour Street, shouting at me. Yeah.
Do you have to change your show according to the things that change in the news?
Yeah. Kind of. We throw in a few topical jokes every now and again, or if I know somebody's in the crowd, like Ian Rankin, the writer, was in, and so I did about 3 jokes just specifically for Ian, front row, and the rest of the audience. But 20 people around him recognised it was Ian Rankin. Yeah. But it's not jokes about Ian Rankin.
Yeah.
So.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
That's really sore.
We've got cameraman.
It's great, yeah. We should have really got you. Shaking, like shaking Stevens.
Exactly.
So who's your favourite person that you've interviewed?
When I interviewed, probably the people that I was, a big fan of when I was a teenager, like the Monty Python boys, and David Bowie, people like that. And then my contemporaries, I always enjoyed interviewing people like Eddie Izzard and Vic and Bob, because I knew them, and so that was sort of just fun to dick around with them, But it's always sometimes just really surprising people. You would think, oh, I won't have a connection. Like I really like Kylie Minogue for some reason.
Wow.
She was great, and I don't know. It's just Ant and Dec were a lot of fun. So I don't know. It's surprising who you connect with and who you don't know.
Yeah. Who have you connected with in Edinburgh? Anybody new? Just new people going along the street?
Just trying to see
more friends.
Old friends really. And I haven't. So I've only just looked at old friends for drinking purposes, and then trying to see as many shows as possible, and that's where So I haven't really met. I just told them how great I think they are afterwards. Tell them I hope they do very well, but not that well. Because we still want to do it for a while. Before it's all taken over by 22-year-olds.
You'll be as likely to hear Kendrick Lamar as Slade at the Christmas party these days. Aggressive, forward-looking.
Thankfully, I didn't get arrested for videoing Jack Docherty, Miekelson and McGlashan, Serious Men, hilarious comedy, taking 2 creations, the Chief Commissioner Cameron Mieckelson from the BBC series Scot Squad and the very patriotic McGlashan from absolutely Channel 4. And here's the man, who in my opinion is genius and a pleasure to meet.
There it is. Look, Ryan, here it is. This is the Gilded Balloon Foyer. Fine people.
She was on my Facebook Live last night.
Yes, I hear you were Facebook Live.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
Did Facebook Live?
Wow. Been in the museum for 4 more nights, something like that.
Oh, you've got to 4 more nights.
Yeah, I'm doing Monday. I'm fireworks night.
You're not
No, I'm on
fireworks.
stage.
No,
Booked in.
exactly.
I didn't know the fireworks were on.
But so you have to go to
thought
Fingers
it was
Piano Bar.
Thursday.
That's a given.
Is that where you go?
Yeah, after.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where everybody goes.
Oh, I didn't
Fingers
know that.
Piano Bar.
It's inside info from the local.
Yes. Oh,
Cool.
fabulous to see you.
Cool.
9
In
o'clock.
the evening.
The lovely Jack Docherty.
Thanks very much.